Welcome to Buzzed Baffled, the podcast where the wine is flowing, the stories get weird, and we try our best to keep the chaos at a minimum. But try is the key word.
Before we jump in, a quick behind the scenes truth. Producing this show is basically an Olympic sport. Between being the media manager, the sound engineer, the editor, and trying to control her own voice volume, which, let's be honest, Nicole's has the natural power of a small megaphone, things can get a little unpredictable. So if you hear the occasional mic spike, just know it's not your headphones. It's Nicole, living her best and loudest life.
Mm-hmm. And a quick disclaimer, we're not experts, just two curious humans with wine in hand and the enthusiasm for the bizarre. Some topics may be dark, sensitive, or downright strange, so listener discretion is advised. And just remember, all of the things we say are our own opinions and not part of any other legal representation. And remember, everything you hear is for entertainment only. So take the stories seriously, just not too seriously. Now pour a glass of wine, settle in, and get ready to get buzzed and back. What you doing over there, Kyla?
Eating an empanada.
Because we're recording kind of a bonus in the hopper episode right after the Thanksgiving episode. Because the holidays are coming up and we may need to not record on a Saturday.
Yeah. So we'll have this episode in as a whoopsies we can't, or Nicole falls and busts her leg again or something. Or I'm just like, don't come over, please.
Or do you get like a cold again?
I had never had a cold in my life. I didn't get a cold in Las Vegas. It was the dry air and all of the air conditioning.
Yep. Gotcha. It was all of the Real Housewives. Like your body could not handle it.
It was the spirits from the haunted museum.
It was.
They tried to get my intestines and they couldn't, so they moved into my lungs.
It was Peggy because I didn't say goodbye.
Thanks, Nicole.
I didn't say goodbye. And Peggy's like, girl, frost that glass. I can't look at this one anymore.
She's like, I'm going to go in the weakling, but I'm only going to like minorly give her a runny nose. That's just annoying enough for the airplane.
I mean, she tried to make you shit yourself, so.
That was before. I mean, unless she was attacking me like the second we stepped in that building.
She was like, ooh, here's a nice juicy morsel. Because it was about to be juicy in there.
Oh, God. I can't imagine how embarrassing it would have been if I would have shit my pants in the haunted museum.
I would never,
because that
ever
motherfucker
let you forget that.
Would have been like, look at the powers of the spirits in this house. This woman literally pooped herself.
You would end up on national television.
Oh my God. I would have been on Ghost Hunters and he would have kept using it on loop during the tour.
And I would have been the most mad that we weren't wearing our Buzzed and Baffled shirts when it happened. Opportunity lost.
Kyla, you have to think about branding.
I would have had no mercy. I would have pulled my, I would have turned my phone on and been like, here we go.
I've never been so happy to see a porta potty in 95-degree desert heat.
I bet you it was ripe.
Oh, it was bad. I did not care.
TikTok keeps sending me ads for this joke shark kit. And I was going to buy it, but it's like $30, so it's not worth it.
No. You can buy like a pack of underwear for less than that.
But it's a little metal box that says shark emergency kit on it. I did find something for Christmas that Drunk Nicole ordered last night.
Oh boy.
And when I looked at my Amazon orders, I was like, I don't remember ordering that, but good job, Nicole. Good news, Kyla.
Yeah. You put it in there just for me.
I put this in here just for you.
Meanwhile, I'm going to continue snacking on my empanadas while you're...
So this is episode to be determined.
Yes, mystery episode number. But don't worry, I'll read our wine. Today we have Boda Box Dry Rosé.
For a change.
I don't think we've ever actually read the box on here because I think we had this in episode 1 or 2 and we weren't reading.
Do you think this is why they refused to sponsor us?
Might be. So let me find the actual rosé.
Is it under So Much to Love on the other side?
No. Oh, here it is. Okay. Everything else is like you would find on all the different flavors about, it being in a box and stuff. Here we go. Okay. Boda Box Dry Rosé is a refreshing, delicately pink wine that offers crisp, perfectly ripe flavors of raspberries, wild strawberries, and grapefruit zest. Best served chilled. Very versatile, this rosé will be your go-to wine for beaches, picnics, and picture-perfect sunsets and shitty podcasts.
I have to say, this is like the perfect rosé, in my opinion, because it's not too sweet, it's not too dry.
No, it's just an easy
Mhm.
drinker.
It goes good with curry empanadas.
It sure does. Which I'm gonna munch on. I'll move my mic when I'm like taking bites because
All they hear in the background is crunch, 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 grind.
you're like, now
grind.
your microphone works, Kyla.
I'll just unplug you.
Like a kid with a radio.
I mean, I
video
do
game
have
controller.
access. I could just turn you off.
You could just, oh, you bitch, in the middle of my sentence. Just for that, I'm getting locked and loaded over here with my sprayer. No mercy.
No mercy. Okay. That's not one of the words. You're not allowed to spray.
I know.
That.
In the last episode, there were 3 times when I paused for like an excessively long amount of time because I was trying not to say it. And I'm like, I don't know what word to use to segue into my next sentence. But tell me what we're talking about today.
I have entitled this episode Cork Rockefeller.
Oh, okay. I was like, Cork? And then I got it because we do wine on this podcast.
Yep. Today, I want to talk about one of the country's first oligarchs, the Rockefellers.
Mm-hmm.
In particular, I want to talk about Clark Rockefeller.
Okay.
So what do you know about the Rockefellers?
They were oil people. They were one of the richest people of all time, like even adjusting for inflation.
Stupid
One of
rich.
the richest families of all time. I think John Jacob Astor was actually the richest one, maybe the Vanderbilts, but they were like super up there with
There's
oil
like
money.
3 men.
Yeah.
We had the railroad guy baron, we had the oil baron, and
The steel guy. So yeah.
So the Rockefellers were an industrial and political family that had one of the USA's largest fortunes in the 19th and 20th centuries. They made the majority of their fortune with Standard Oil, which is the predecessor to ExxonMobil and Chevron. And they have long been associated with Chase Manhattan Bank.
Oh, okay. I don't think I knew that. Maybe I did.
The family was originally from Rhineland, Germany, and the original American members of the family immigrated to America in the 18th century, where they were originally plantation owners in New Jersey.
There were plantations in New Jersey?
I was also surprised.
Because I thought you were going to say Virginia or something and that they moved.
Nope. I imagine, though, when you're coming over, it's not like there's anything here. So if you want food, you have to grow it.
Weird.
Most of this family's money has been locked in trust since 1934 and come from funds from shares of Standard Oil and other investments, and it is managed by Chase Bank.
Okay.
There are current heirs to this fortune. Justin Rockefeller was born in 1979, and Ariana Rockefeller was born in 1982.
Girl, you better get Justin's number.
He's a little young for me.
We got some retiring to do.
He's a little young for me, don't you think? Both are direct descendants of John Rockefeller, who founded Standard Oil. To give you an idea of their current wealth, it is around $10 billion.
Yeah, I know it's compared to a lot of the other. They have an insane amount of money, but it hasn't skyrocketed like some of the other people and families in the world right now.
But they also haven't bled it dry like a lot of families did. Today, we will not be talking about Ariana or Justin, but instead, we're going to be talking about a man known as Clark Rockefeller. And you see his pictures all over the board. For our steadfast listeners, you'll be able to see these pictures on buzzedandbaffled.net.
Yep. Maybe by the time this weird fill-in episode comes out, we'll have .com.
We could look at March 2026.
But for now, .net.
Yep. Clark Rockefeller, whose full name was James Frederick Mills Clark Rockefeller, married Sandra Boss in 1995. So the first picture, that's him and Sandra.
Did you say Mills? Maybe you do have some secret money.
Maybe.
Lisa,
are you holding out on me? Do you really think that she would have gone through what she did this week if she had Rockefeller money?
I don't know. Maybe she's humble.
Sandra met Clark in 1993 at a party based on the board game Clue. I see you eyeing that.
No, it's leaking on me. Don't worry.
I'm really trying to be conscious. He threw a Clue party with the intention of meeting her, and after he met her married twin sister. So Sandra has a twin sister named Julia. Julia told Clark about her sister, who was a Stanford graduate and a high-powered executive.
Oh, get it, girl.
Julia told Clark about her sister, blah, blah, blah. When she inquired if he would like to meet her, Clark expressed interest. At the party, Sandra dressed as Miss Scarlet, an actress who was seeking to marry rich to save her career, and Clark was dressed as Professor Plum, a professor who always became uncomfortable when asked about his past. Sandra was a senior executive at McKinsey, which was a consulting firm. I don't really know what that means.
I think they still exist. I think John Oliver did maybe 2 years ago.
I'm assuming this is like business consulting. It was very obviously not like public image consulting.
No. It wasn't a scandal situation.
And she was charmed by his intellect and good looks. It also should be noted that Sandra and Julia were highly competitive since childhood. From seeing who could sell the most Girl Scout cookies to scholarships in college, Sandra went to Stanford, Julia went to Yale, and as well as signs of status in adulthood, such as who owned the most Hermes bags or Louboutin shoes.
Oh.
These are my girls.
Yeah. Sounds just like me and you.
Uh-huh.
I went to Stanford. You went to Yale.
You were just showing me your new purse the other day.
All of my red bottoms.
Uh-huh. Because Kyla loves sky-high heels.
Yeah. Like shoes. Just that's all I can think about. I'm really mad we use this as a pod room and it can't be my shoe vault anymore.
Well, I mean, we could add more shelves and you could put...
I could fuck up more shelves.
you
Make
could
more
put,
crooked
you
shelves.
could put your Chanel up there.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
your
could do it in alphabetical
Hermes.
order.
And what is that one that starts with a G?
Fuck you. I believe you're talking about Gucci.
Yeah. Both Julia and Sandra had high-powered jobs. However, Sandra remained unmarried at this point, mainly due to social awkwardness. As they dated, Clark claimed that his mother was Ann Carter, an actress from the 1940s, and that his father was George Percy Rockefeller, who passed away in a car crash in 1979. His primary focus was on being the perfect man for Sandra, sharing her intellectual interest and love of charity work. This is similar to how you and David met, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's exactly like it sounds like you're reading my biography.
I
right
mean,
now.
you guys go to the wine dinner for the
for the because it's a charity
It's a
event,
charity.
not because it's a bunch of wine and food.
Yep. They were married. What kind of religious ceremony do you think they had?
Is that their wedding photo? Or is that just
I
a
don't.
picture
I
of
think
them?
that's just a party somewhere.
Oh, jeez.
It's tied to a previous story we did. It's related to a previous story.
Was it the John Chow story?
Nope.
Was it
They were not evangelists.
the Kids on Fire story? Okay.
No, they're not evangelists.
Oh, what the hell else did we talk about with religions?
they were married in a Quaker ceremony
Oh,
that had no legal status as there was no marriage license.
yeah. So they just stood and talked to each other.
And this is something that confused me later on, but I couldn't quite figure out what was happening. But like, just tuck that behind your ear.
Hmm.
Sandra was the primary breadwinner for the family. However, Clark controlled all of the family finances.
Of course.
Mhm. During their marriage, Clark would tell Sandra to file her tax return as single.
Hmm.
Later, when she had an accountant do their taxes, Clark found the accountant to do this for her.
Of course.
Clark lived with Sandra in Cornish, New Hampshire, and on 6th Avenue in New York City. So she worked this high powered job. So I'm assuming the New York apartment was, well, when I'm at work, this is
Hmm.
where we are. But then when we're relaxing, we're in New Hampshire
Yeah.
because I'm a wasp or whatever.
Hmm.
Clark's claims of having ties to the Rockefeller family allowed him to access elite clubs. Initially, people were not suspicious of Clark's claims, stating that he presented millions of dollars worth of artwork that were displayed in their 6th Avenue apartment. Friends later reported becoming suspicious of Clark when he would show them a key claiming that it allowed him to access Rockefeller Center.
Okay.
See, in my mind, I'm picturing him pulling out this old-timey skeleton key that like opens what I'm assuming are big brass doors to Rockefeller Center.
Yes, because there's only one entrance into Rockefeller Center and he holds the key.
Uh-huh. Others reported that they found Sandra and Clark irritating and ostentatious, with obvious name dropping, grandiose silk ascots, and awkward demeanors.
Oh my God. I wish I could have been there and just been like laughing at them in the corner.
It would be just like my Real Housewives dream, where we're
Mhm.
sitting in the restaurant behind them in a public place, live mic'd,
Hmm.
talking about what we're observing. Let's see. Since he didn't have a driver's license, he insisted on being chauffeured around in an armored Cadillac.
Come on.
In hindsight, it was almost as if Clark was play acting what he thought the top 1% would act like.
Hmm.
In December 1998, Clark sent the following email to his social circle.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Let me get a drink, wet my palate. First, I must tell you why you've not heard from me. While I'm in a meeting at the UN, the Friday before Labor Day, I stared at some papers a delegate handed to me. I remembered nothing until I woke up at a New York hospital 5 hours later. The hospital discharged me shortly afterwards, and the doctors told me I had suffered from severe exhaustion. In short, a burnout. The obvious cause? Too many 19-hour days. During June, July, and August, I generated 1,085 billable hours and almost 400 hours more than persons in comparable working situations. On the advice of my doctor, I have decided to change my lifestyle. My plan? I will take a sabbatical from my work and go to stay at my cousin's villa in Cap Ferrat? Ferret?
Cap ferret, probably, yeah. Definitely cap ferret.
CAPFERRAT.
Cap ferrat.
I was
Yeah,
right the first
I
time,
think so.
but I'm going to call it Cap Ferret from
Yeah.
here on out. You know what this reminds me of? The other night when David came home and went immediately to bed at 6 p.m.
Didn't even say a word to me.
He was exhausted.
Yep. Also, is that supposed to be like Cape Ferrat and you just missed an E on your...
It could be.
Okay. Do we know, is this in France? Do we have any idea where Cap Ferret is?
There was no context
Okay.
in what I was reading.
Fair enough.
It's probably Cape Ferrat, but spelling.
Cap Ferret is better.
I'm going to call it Cap Ferret. In early 2000, Sandra left Clark, citing emotional and physical abuse. However, Clark was able to convince her to remain in the marriage.
Of course. Also, he controls the money.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't know how dumb she is yet.
Mm-hmm.
Sandra found that Clark was as he was when they first met. It's almost like he upped his game again. What do you think happened next? In these situations, when you're going to leave your abusive husband, who's obviously a con,
Mm-hmm.
but he convinces you to stay, what do you do to save the relationship?
Have a child.
Yep. They had a daughter in 2001. In 2006, Sandra filed for divorce.
Now, so it's the same outcome, but now she has a damn kid.
Uh-huh. As the divorce proceeded, Sandra became suspicious of Clark's claims to be a Rockefeller and to own businesses in Canada, and hired a private investigator. So before this, everything seemed fine, nothing to see here.
Did she not think it was weird that, like, she never literally met a Rockefeller?
Like,
Like-
they had a Quaker
Yeah,
ceremony.
there wasn't like, hey, we're going to Thanksgiving at the compound.
He can't drive, so he has no ID.
Mm-hmm. But I'd be like, let's go to Christmas at your folks or whatever. Oh, they're dead, but
But like your aunts and uncles
Yeah.
and grandparents.
like literally the entire Rockefeller family.
Like the Rockefellers who probably lived very close to where they were on 6th
Mhm.
Avenue. Like, I know that it's New York in like, what is this, the late 90s, early 2000s. But it's a small city in those circles. You're the
Yeah.
top 1% for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Everybody knows who everybody else is.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think led to Sandra becoming suspicious?
Oh, geez.
What caught him up, basically?
Did she catch him like slipping, like in a lie?
Sort of.
Okay.
But which
Oh, geez. That he's a Rockefeller.
So Sandra became suspicious when she learned the actress claimed was his deceased mother was actually alive.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're gonna say an actress is your mom, you better make sure you pick a dead one.
Yep. But also, they didn't have Google back then.
Well, and this woman doesn't seem like the brightest. She seems way too trusting for someone who's so high powered and in business.
I want to be like, you run consulting
like,
and you can't figure out that your
no
husband
due
is not a
diligence.
Rockefeller. But you also know that she was competitive with her sister, so
Mhm.
she wanted to be married and beat her sister
Yeah,
out.
she was willing to overlook a lot of things for
Mhm.
the win.
He had told her that his mother was Ann Carter and that she died in a car crash with his father. However, when her father looked up Ann Carter, he found that she was very much alive in 2006. She didn't die until 2014.
Yeah, oops. Google brought him down.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming it was the PI because
Oh, yeah.
this increased suspicion she already had across her 11-year marriage due to his refusal to have any official documents, bank accounts, or properties in his name.
Shocker.
I'm like, you weren't a very good consultant.
No. You weren't like, hey, what do you mean you don't want this property? It's for both of our protection if the house is in both of
Yeah.
our names.
Also, give me your red bottoms and your Hermes because you don't deserve them. I will put them to better. I mean, I don't want the red bottoms from 2006, but I want the Hermes. Through the private investigator, she mysteriously learned that he was not who he claimed to be and filed for divorce. At this time, the Rockefeller family came forward to state that he was not a part of their family. However, Sandra did not know what his real name was. During the divorce, Clark was financially destitute as his wife cut him off from the family finances.
Mm-hmm.
He attempted to get friends to buy back art and cars that he purchased from them in the past, claiming that his wife only married him for his money and she was now trying to take everything.
Yeah.
Because if you're a Rockefeller, you need people to buy art from you because you don't
'Cause
already
you
have
don't have
access
money.
to your trust fund. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
No.
It was also found that the art he claimed to own were what?
Fake.
They were all forgeries. So she has a private investigator. He's unable to prove his identity as he has no form of legal documentation, and he is forced to cave to her demands within the divorce.
Yeah, it's hard to defend yourself in divorce proceedings if you have literally no paperwork showing you exist or have
Or
any
money to pay an attorney.
Mhm.
Clark agreed to a no contest divorce if she paid him $800,000, gave him 2 cars, and a dress that he had given her. And I was like, well, that's a weird ask.
Yeah.
He requested visitation of their daughter 3 times a year. After the divorce was finalized, he moved to London.
Okay.
Because everyone knows the jig is up in New
Yeah,
Hampshire.
he's
and
got to
New-
get out.
So what do you think happened next?
He did the same thing, but with a different name.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
It's so much worse. Clark had visitation with his daughter on July 27th, 2008.
I remember what happened now.
In Boston with a social worker present in the Boston Commons. So like the big public space, all cobblestones. During this visitation on the Commons, Clark pushed the social worker aside, grabbed his daughter, and jumped into a rented limo that was nearby, abducting her. So you see him and his daughter in the upper right there.
Yep.
Not knowing what was going on, the limo driver drove away at Clark's insistence. Not willing to allow this, the social worker held onto the car and was dragged for a short distance before falling.
I got to ask you, Nicole. Is that something you would do?
It would depend how pissed I was in the situation. In the situation where a paternal parent who I do not trust is kidnapping a child, I might jump on the hood of the fucking car.
Yeah, you would. You would have been dragged until your legs were nubs.
I'm like, good news, Kyla. I need you to come carry me everywhere now.
Lieutenant Dan.
I need a piggyback ride to Gino's. I don't care if we walk now because I need you to carry me.
Because I can't walk anyways.
I get to ride in this wheelchair, so it doesn't matter. I'll make sure it's all-terrain tires on my wheelchair.
Pull me in a sled behind it on the way up.
You just carry me in. Can you imagine the look on Daryl's face?
Oh my God. He would just be like, will you two get the hell out of here?
Absolutely not. Here forever. I have a glass with my name on it. Do you think I'm leaving?
Yeah, like you're in the wood.
So Clark left the Clark left the limo after the escape, taking a taxi cab to the Boston Sailing Center, where a female friend drove him to New York, unaware of what was going on, until she received a phone call notifying her of an Amber Alert for Clark's daughter after he fled her car.
Oh.
I thought you were going to slam me in the face with water. You didn't. You missed it.
I'm being nice.
Can't do it now. An arrest warrant was issued for custodial kidnapping, assault and battery, and assault with a deadly weapon. As police attempted to locate him, Sandra was not able to provide the police with a driver's license or social security number because she did not have any for him.
You know, I don't know David's social security number, but like I know
that
where I
actually
can
really
get
surprises me.
It surprised my sister too when I was redoing like open enrollment. I needed her social security number for some beneficiary stuff, and she's like, "You don't have David's memorized?" Because I said, "You can call me with it if you want." She's like, "Bitch, I don't care. I'll text him." Like David never texts me. He always calls me and tells me over the phone. She's like, "You don't have it memorized?"
I'm also like, I bet you. Do you remember my TSA pre-check number?
No, because I think I've only typed it in once.
Okay. I know you don't have my social security number because you've never needed it.
No, but like I could get your TSA number in my emails if I needed it.
Like, Kyla could steal my identity
I just keep
in
a
a heartbeat.
dossier on every person. It's in that filing cabinet right over there.
I mean, you're not gonna get very far. I mean, you're gonna end up on a watch list with my identity. On August 2nd, 2008, Clark was found in Baltimore, Maryland, where he had purchased an apartment under the assumed name Charles Chip Smith for $450,000.
Eye roll.
Yep. He was lured out of the apartment by an FBI under the guise that the catamaran he housed at a local marina was taking on water. When I read that, I cackled so hard. I'm like, catamaran!
Nicole can't speak English, but we were driving back from the zoo or whatever when we were down at the Dells, and she's like, "Oh, look, a catamaran!" And it like catamaran rolled off of your tongue like nothing, but you have troubles like forming a preschool sentence sometimes. And I couldn't believe it.
She was flabbergasted.
Yeah, I was baffled.
His daughter was found unharmed within the apartment.
That's good. And like, I mean, obviously, I don't know this man.
I think his
but
daughter was probably the only person he loved unconditionally.
yeah, for sure.
On August 15th, 2008, the Massachusetts State Police, the Boston Police Department, and the Suffolk County District Attorney announced that Carl Rockefeller had been positively identified. Do you know who he was?
His German name?
It is
Christian Gerhard Strider.
Shut the fuck up.
Are you serious? I just guessed that.
Christian Carl Gerhard Reiter or something.
Gerhard
like that.
Strider, yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
there's no S in it. So you're wrong.
There is an S in it. You just spelled it wrong because there's.
I thought you were smart. Here you are reading.
I did know. I did know that was his name though.
I forgot that I put the thing up on the board.
There's literally a mugshot directly in front of my eyeballs that says Christian Gerhard Strider. To be fair, that like I wouldn't have been able to pull that on my ass, but I did remember he had a German name.
So after forensic examinations conducted by the FBI at a lab in Quantico, because they were trying to figure out who he really was, his fingerprints were taken from a wine glass in Boston where he had been at a friend's house, and the FBI were able to obtain a print prior to the friend washing the glass.
Okay.
As they waited for the results of the fingerprint analysis to come back, the FBI advertised his photo in the news, and people began calling in, identifying Clark with different identities, one of which tied him to another potential crime.
I'm not saying anything.
They were found to match latent fingerprints on his immigration file from the 1980s that was provided to the FBI by ICE. Hiss.
Yeah, boo hiss to ICE.
But in this one, it was a good thing. This was like
well, this was before they were politically weaponized.
Yes. While they were searching for his true identity, so I tried to figure out, like, how did you figure out to look for this? And I could not figure out how they figured out to look for his immigration file.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, how did you go from this guy in 2006 to someone immigrating in the 70s? So what are your thoughts so far?
Well, he's a con man who is going to be in a lot of trouble soon.
So now we know, and it says that on there, you can't spray me. So now we know that Clark Rockefeller is truly Christian Gerhard Strider. However, it is not the only name he has gone by. Christian was born in Germany on, this made me laugh a little bit, February 21st, 1961. He claimed he was born on February 29th, 1960.
Of course he did. He wanted to be special and have a leap year birthday.
Yep. He moved to the U.S. in 1978 after he used the names of an American couple he met who were traveling in Germany on his immigration papers, claiming they had invited him to live with them in California.
I just had a super random thought, and I'm just going to say it because this is fill-in pod. Was 1980 a leap year? Like,
I don't know. Let's Google it.
If Lisa had held on for a few more days and you were born on February 29th,
Was 1980 a leap year?
and you'd be so pissed because you would not get a birthday every year.
It was. Damn it, Lisa. She had to hold on for like 7 more days.
Mhm. But then you would be like,
I was already late.
you'd only be like 11 years old right now. I mean, not really, but like you would have only had 11 birthdays.
My shoulder tells me that is not true. One more reason that
No free birthday dinners.
Ah. Oh, where am I in my paper?
Sorry.
Blah 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 blah. So he claimed that this family from California invited him to America.
Okay.
So that's how he enters. And in my mind, he's going past the Statue of Liberty on a steamer boat. And they're like writing his name down on a quill and a piece of paper. It's parchment paper.
Yeah. A hamburger wrapper.
A hamburger wrapper from Jack in the Box.
Throwback to episode 32, 33, whatever, because we don't
32.
know. 32, because we don't know what number this is going to be.
He entered through New York, so I was right, and went to Berlin, Connecticut after gaining entry to the U.S., where he met Ed Savio. He told Savio and his family that he was from a wealthy family in Germany, and they allowed him to live with them as a foreign exchange student.
So, foreign exchange students, usually you have a relationship with them before they come here.
Yeah.
You don't just pick an immigrant and you're like, you're my foreign exchange student now.
In my mind, like they met at like the Piggly Wiggly or whatever.
Yeah, like they were at the bodega.
And he's like, hey.
Yeah. My family's rich. And they're like, oh, come on and live with us.
I just got off the boat from New York and I really need a place to stay. Can I enroll in high school? I'm not good at math. So if he was born in 1961, how old was he in 1978?
17.
So he was technically a teenager still. So that takes some balls to do at 17. I wasn't doing that shit at 17.
And where are his German parents that he's just like,
it never says
peace out.
anything.
Maybe he killed him.
I can do follow-up research. It's not in this story.
It might be really hard to find because he's a con man.
But I know someone who's really good at genealogy and finding things. So perhaps.
Hold on, give me 30 seconds and I'll have the answer.
I asked this bitch to do my genealogy to see if it matched up to the one I have. I can't even read it because it goes back so detailed. I don't know how I'm going to print this off.
You're going to need a wide format printer and it's going to take up the whole wall.
No, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to print it in landscape and like I'm going to have to tape it together.
Well, I sent you one with everybody and I sent you one that was only parents and children. Like I sent you one that was.
I'm going to print them both off because it's insane. And I'm going to tape it together and it's going to go across this entire wall.
Mm-hmm.
If I have time one day, I will also try to find yours.
Okay.
But I want your passcodes to the websites you use.
I think my 90-day trial has expired, but it's only $3 for 90 days. So
I'll just use Ancestry.com.
Like, I didn't use Ancestry. All my websites were free.
Why do I build it on Ancestry? Because then it's easy and it's formatted nice.
Oh, I use a free website. Well, I paid $3 because once you get to 100 people, they're like, you can't add anymore. And I'm like, the fuck I can't.
He was 17 at the time. I asked you that, but I already wrote that. I wrote this like 4 months ago, guys. Bear with me.
At least my math was right.
Because unlike Kyla, I do not write one at a time. I always have 6 in the hopper.
Yeah, not me.
I am more type A in this situation than you are.
Or is it because I'm so focused on one story, I put all my best effort into it?
Oh, I make graphics for mine. I am invested. I have yet to see one Canva graphic.
I know,
from you.
and I signed up for Canva, and I was like, I can't get this to fucking work. I'm not doing it. I was like, this graphic is too whimsical for the story I'm trying to tell.
No, my Bobby Lee
Billy Joe Long.
Billy Joe Long. That was my
Bobby Joe
Bobby
Long.
Joe Long. That was my chef's kiss.
You did have a lot of good stuff for that.
But I digress. He was 17 at the time. He went to live with the Savios and enrolled at the Berlin High School until he wore out his welcome at their house, and he was told to leave in 1979. So, like, within the year.
Mm-hmm.
After he left the Savio's house, he changed his name to Christopher Kenneth Gearhart, and he moved to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I do have a picture. I don't have it here, but I do have it at buzzedandbaffled.net of what he looked like at that time because I found every single fucking picture of him that I could locate. He decided at this time he wanted to be an American citizen. So what do you think he did?
Faked being an American citizen.
Nope. He married a woman
Oh.
named Amy Gersild Donk in 1981 by telling her that if he went back to Germany, he would be sent to fight in the Cold War on the Russian front line.
So he's a con man, but also people like
Get smarter.
Yeah. Use your brain cells.
Uh-huh.
You had news in 1981. Do you remember seeing a bunch of shit about Germans being sent on the front lines of the Cold War? By the way, the Cold War was like not like a battle.
This wasn't Nazi Germany.
No, this wasn't trench warfare where there's like front lines and shit.
Also, this one I'm assuming was a college student, but I'm guessing she was like a philosophy major or something. I didn't do that much of a deep dive in her because I had other fish to fry.
All of the philosophy majors who listen to this podcast are going to cancel us now.
If this is what cancels me, I'm lucky. What do you think he did after he married Amy?
Knocked her up.
Nope, he left her the day after the wedding to head to California.
Same thing.
Like, Amy is the only one who made it out of this okay.
Yeah, that actually, like, it sucks, but it works out in the best for her.
So they got married in 1981. Amy filed for divorce in what year do you think?
Well, he got remarried in like 96 or something.
But Amy filed for divorce.
So she waited a long, like 1990.
1992.
Yeah. She was just like, okay.
I mean, you could legally declare him dead before that.
Yeah, you can't even be like, well, they couldn't find him to serve papers.
Uh-huh. While in San Marino, California, he lived in the guest house of Ruth Diddy Sohouse under the name Christopher Chichester.
Ruth Diddy, like,
yes,
like
P. Diddy.
Okay.
But
Was
Ruth
like Diddy her like nickname?
Yeah, it's Ruth Diddy
It
in
is?
quotations.
Okay.
Sohouse. And this Christopher Chichester was the surname of a teacher he was infatuated with when he attended Berlin High School.
Mm-hmm.
During his stay as Diddy's guest house, her son and daughter-in-law, John and Linda Sohouse, who you can see right below him and his wife, disappeared in 1985.
Yep.
Christian was named as a person of interest. Christian told people that the couple traveled to Europe, and the family even received postcards from France, allegedly from the couple. However, the authenticity was questioned.
Mm-hmm.
Duh.
Yeah, duh.
Due to there being no bodies indicating foul play, no charges were brought against Christian.
Of course.
In 1988, Christian was pulled over in Greenwich, Connecticut. So he's from California to Connecticut, driving a pickup truck that belonged to Diddy's son. In line with many of our other stories, Christian left the area before the police could question him. After leaving California, Christian settled in Greenwich, Connecticut under the name Christopher Crow. And that is him in, like, it looks like he's playing like polo or something right there.
That is the douchiest photo I've ever seen. I'm sure you'll have this on the website.
Oh, it is.
But he's wearing all white, and he has one of those wasp sweaters on.
It's like
with
the
like
deep
the
V-neck.
V that's like a red and blue stripe.
It's like the V-neck to his belly button, and he's got a polo shirt with like a popped collar.
Yeah.
but he still has that stupid comb over. And he claimed to be a television producer who worked on the 1980s revival of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. I don't know what that show is. I've never heard
Yeah,
of it.
that's so random though. Again, pick something pick something more obscure. If you're gonna make something
Yeah.
up, don't pick something that people could be like, oh, hey, NBC.
So first of all, if we're sitting in Geno's and some guy comes up and says, "My name is Chris Chichester," I'd be like, "Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here!"
I was gonna giggle because that's a dumb name.
I'm like, "No, it's not. Show me your driver's
Yeah.
license."
Yeah, and then if he brags about being a TV producer, I'd be like, I don't care.
Also, I want him to be wearing that sweater
Yeah.
when he walks
We'll
in.
whip some ravioli at him.
Yes. So he's saying that he works at Alfred Hitchcock Presents. This time, he assumed a name that matched one of the producers on the series. So he smartened
Oh,
up.
okay. So at least he picked something that could be checked and would somewhat line up.
Mhm.
Okay.
During his time in Greenwich, he was hired to work on a brokerage firm's computer systems. But I'm like, so he was a producer and you think he can work on computer systems?
Yeah, that's a random jump.
Yeah. He was fired from this job.
Was it
Why
because
do
he
you
didn't know how to work on computer systems?
It is not. It is so much funnier. Why do you think he was fired? You're never gonna guess, but I read this and I cackled.
Give me like a one word hint.
It has to do with his identification.
Was like his fake ID crooked or something?
He was fired when it was discovered that the social security number he provided belonged to David Berkowitz.
Oh my God.
I cannot make this shit up.
What the fuck? You know, this guy. I think of all the things he's doing and done. That's the most heinous.
It
Like,
is ballsy.
where do you get the balls?
Also, like, I wouldn't think to look up David Berkowitz's social security number.
I would pick 9 random numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that, like, as you move west across the United States, depending on your place of birth, the first number is higher. So people born on the East Coast start with 0. Yours
Yep.
is probably a 3
I'm a 3
because we're Midwest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People in California are like 8s and 9s.
I also like, and I couldn't find this because I looked. I was like, how did the HR person figure this out?
Also, that they must have been like serious true crimers.
Also, there must have been something where like this doesn't track, something is
Mhm.
wrong. This is some shit we would do. We'd be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we can prove that this is happening.
Yeah. My employees better be watching out. I'm coming for you, Polly.
Like if I could have figured out that Catman's social security number was like Ed Gein's, I would have been like, absolutely not. But also, if I had found that out, that would have been the least weird thing about him.
That's true. Yeah, that's so random and unnecessary.
Yep. But this, like, he is hubris, right?
Oh, yeah.
So he abandoned the Christopher Crowe persona when he learned that police were looking for him in connection with Diddy's son's disappearance. So he worked under the radar from 1988 as Chris Crowe until 1994,
Mm.
when the police identified that he's driving the stolen truck, until 1995 when he marries Sandra.
Mm-hmm.
In 1994, the bones were found buried on the property that belonged to Diddy's son when new owners were putting in a pool. However, as he was adopted, there was no way to confirm his identity until 2010 after Christian's arrest in 2008.
Okay, so it was just like we're presuming this is the son's
Yeah.
bones, but we have no
Also,
comparison.
can you imagine you buy this house and you're like,
Oh,
I'm
Jesus
going to
Christ.
put a pool in. And of course, it's like, I see that on TikTok where like this lady is like digging in her basement and she finds a rug rolled up and there's
Mhm.
like stains on it.
Yeah.
And she's like, peace out. I'm not touching this anymore. An Unsolved Mysteries episode was aired on January 13th, 1995, where a picture of Chris Chichester is shown as a person of interest in John and Linda Suhouse's disappearance, but no tips were phoned in at the time.
Hmm.
And I may or
Sorry, I
may
got
not
sneezes.
have a link to that episode. I'm sure I looked for it, and if I could find it, it's linked on buzzedandbaffled.net.
That was such a good show. I remember watching that at my Aunt Betty and Uncle Dale's all the time because they had a satellite dish.
They have new ones on Netflix
Yeah, they're
now.
not. It's not the same though. I want like the '90s graphics, and I want Robert Stack narrating it.
I think Robert Stack is. Don't know if they've
He's
AI'd
dead,
him
so
in. Like they may have AI'd him in, but like it's still, and it has like the starting music. We'll have to listen to some of it tonight.
Okay.
But meanwhile, see what I did there?
I did. Yep.
Christian was arrested for his daughter's kidnapping in August 2nd, 2008. He was charged for furnishing a false name to law enforcement on September 3rd, 2008. This charges resulted in his bail being revoked, and he was held without bail.
Mhm.
So they're just like Hail Marrying and trying to keep him under wraps. On February 13th, 2009, his attorney attempted to utilize what defense?
Insanity.
They always try insanity. He attempted to claim that he kidnapped his daughter because of the belief that she was communicating with him telepathically from London,
Jesus
begging him
Christ.
to rescue her.
You know, this fucking guy.
I can't make this shit up. The defense produced 2 expert witnesses who identified Christian as having grandiose delusional disorder and narcissistic personality disorder, which are not surprising. The eyewitness for the defense, Dr. Keith Ablow, and I feel like he should be named because this is stupid bullshit,
Okay. Yep.
stated that his behavior stemmed from childhood abuse. However, the eyewitness for the prosecution, it's like catamaran, but I can't say prosecution. Dr. James Chu stated he had a mixed personality disorder with narcissistic and antisocial traits.
Is that? Did you say Dr. James Chu?
Yep.
Like Jimmy Chu?
I mean, yeah.
Jimmy Chu.
Although his shoes are not as good as the Louboutins. I mean, they're not as pretty. They're both equally as uncomfortable. My feet are too fat and wide for it, so I don't get to know.
Are you impressed that I know what Jimmy Chu's are?
I was like, girl. You know what? I think I'm gonna go on Poshmark and find myself some Louboutins. I'm just gonna wear them one day and see how long it takes you to notice as I hobble across the street.
I'll see the red bottoms when you roll your ankle and they flash.
As I roll across the highway. No, because I'm gonna be holding onto your arm like a little old lady, like I did last night.
Yeah, because it was a little tiny bit icy, but also like, don't bust your leg because that's your mom's not here. She
doesn't want to come take care of me. I would have to come live here with all my
know.
animals.
Yep, be Turd City.
I do think that David would go and live at my house.
Yeah, he'd be like, we're trading.
Or you just have to come and stay in my spare bedroom.
Yeah.
You have to have your apnea machine though if you're gonna do that.
Hey now.
No, if you're carrying me around, you can snore as loud as you want. I don't care. But Dr. Jimmy Chu stated that he did understand right from wrong. So he's not clinically insane. He's not legally insane. He has a personality disorder, but he knows the difference between right and wrong. Dr. Chu noted that Christian had meticulously planned the details of the abduction of his daughter well in advance.
Yeah, that's not. People are so dumb. Like, you can be a lunatic and you can do weird shit. That doesn't mean you don't know right from wrong. And that's an incredibly high bar to have to meet.
And because I know the listeners want to hear me nerd about diagnosis, this is my Michigan mental health code.
Hit it.
So delusional disorder, grandiose type, is the persistent false belief about one's own importance. Do not give me that
No,
look.
I'm not insinuating that you have that.
Oh. I can't leave the office because the Michigan mental health code says you would never let him listen to this episode.
I know. He doesn't listen anyways. Doesn't matter.
He'll be like, it's too loud. My ears hurt.
Just hit the horn a couple times.
Narcissistic personality disorder, which of the personality disorders is my second favorite.
I thought you were going to say is the one you have.
Maybe, but is my second favorite to work with. My favorite is borderline.
Well, you can't kill a borderline.
I love a good borderline. But narcissistic personality disorder is a disorder where the individual has a high sense of their own importance and have a need for attention and admiration from others. Oh, no. Just kidding, guys. So why is it important that Dr. Jimmy Chu identified that Christian knew the difference between right and wrong?
Because if you know the difference between right and wrong, you cannot use insanity as your defense.
Mm-hmm. On June 12, 2009, after 3 days of deliberation, the jury found Christian guilty of kidnapping his daughter and one count of assault and battery against the social worker. Which I'm like, yeah.
And I'm surprised it took him that long.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure there's always like one person.
Yeah, you always have one. Yeah.
It's going to be Kyla, because Kyla's biggest dream is to be on a jury, and she's going to want to milk this for all it's worth.
No.
And she's going to go over every piece of evidence in excruciating detail to the point where I'm like, I need a spray bottle in here so I can just like spritz her.
No, I would do the right thing. I want to be on the jury and do my civic duty. I don't want to abuse that power. I do love abusing power, though.
Me too. Also, like, I'm sad because there is no jury in a tri-county area. There's no attorney in a tri-county area who wants me on their jury.
I mean, I think you're selling yourself short with Tri-County. Like, let's be real. We got federal courts in Marquette that are like, bitch, no. The Western District of Michigan is like, nope.
We've listened to Buzzed Baffled, and we can see your TikToks.
Oh,
Get the
this
fuck
is just
outta
another
here.
reason that I won't be on jury because I have a crime podcast. God damn it. I keep eliminating myself every time.
One more reason where you just like fuck yourself
I
over.
know.
He was acquitted of giving a false name to the police. He was sentenced to how long do you think?
7 years.
4 to 5 years in state prison for kidnapping and a concurrent sentence for 2 to 3 years on assault.
Okay.
So as that social worker, I'd feel better. So if I jump on the card and know you're getting prison time for this, worth it.
I'm also, how did they acquit him of giving a false name to police? That's not his fucking name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they were just like, who fucking cares? Like, it's the least of our problems. That's probably what they needed to like bargain with the one juror to be like, fine, we'll fucking acquit him of that.
Yeah.
It was probably some sovereign citizen who was like, names aren't real.
Yeah. Because based on the Treaty of 1885, I am a sovereign citizen and not.
Yeah.
I know the whole thing. I used to have someone who could like verbatim, and it used to be drilled into my brain, and I blocked it out. But true to form, just wait, there's more. Even when I try, I cannot do a story that does not involve a grisly murder. The remains of a male were found on Dee Dee's son's property in 1994. No charges were brought until 2009, when a grand jury was convened to examine the evidence in the case.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already in jail.
Yeah.
During his kidnapping case, the judge had prevented the prosecution from presenting any evidence of the suspected murder to prevent making the jury prejudice against Christian.
That's fair. It's not something he's already been convicted of.
It's a separate case.
Yeah, it's completely separate. It's not like he had another kidnapping case or something that was related.
The grand jury determined that there was enough evidence to bring charges. And this was like, this next sentence, I'm like, oh my God. Handwriting experts,
Okay.
yep, reviewed samples of Linda's handwriting against the postcards, and there was purported to have been sent from France by Linda and John. There was a disagreement between the handwriting experts, one stating the postcards were written by Linda and one stating they were not.
One of those people is wrong because Linda's dead. She did not go to France and send postcards.
Also, if you're being paid by the defense, you're getting paid. I feel like in these situations, the court would be better off to do a blind thing where you do not know who's paying your fee.
Uh-huh. Yeah, an independent third party.
So, like, someone's paying your fee, you don't get to know who, and you have to say what your professional opinion
Mhm.
is.
And handwriting is not. So you can do handwriting analysis, and I sign probably 100 things a week.
Mm.
None of my signatures are the same.
Will you give me
Yep.
more wine?
Every single one is slightly different. And if I'm tired at the end of the day, it's going to look, and look at some of my signatures and I'm like, oh, if I hope this doesn't get taken to court because I cannot guarantee that I signed that, even though I just
Yeah.
fucking signed it.
But also, as I'm writing more and more now, I find that my handwriting looks more and more like Lisa's.
Are you gonna fake some shit?
I
that
mean, I could.
Lisa's postcards.
I mean, I don't need to because I'm already on everything. So I don't need to do that. But I'm writing dates. So I'm doing numbers specifically. And I'm like, oh my God, this looks like my mother's handwriting. I'm turning into my mother. And if I'm turning into my mother, I'm turning into Patsy. And nobody wants that.
My handwriting will never look like my mother's because she mixes capitals and lowercases all the fucking time. And it drives me up the wall, and she knows it. And she's
doesn't. Never going to change.
Not a chance.
Everything all your cards, she does it on purpose.
Yeah, there was
Now that I know that bothers you, Gabe.
When she was at the other jail, there was a mugshot that was on TV6, and I texted her immediately. And I was like, "You wrote that person's name on their mugshot thing. I can tell just by the mixing." And she's like, "Oh yeah, that was definitely me."
Jail Dale, I love it.
Oh, it's the worst.
She might be here later tonight.
Yeah.
A night that none of you know when it is because this is the
Nobody
mystery.
knows what night this is.
Blah 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 blah. So Christian was tried for the murder of John Sohouse, whose body indicated that he'd been struck twice in the head with a blunt object and then stabbed 6 times.
Ugh.
So
he knocked him out and then stabbed him.
This is a crime of passion, though. This isn't I'm just trying to.
Yeah, this
kill
is an
somebody.
opportunity.
Mhm. The body was found cut into 3 pieces.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wrapped. I put this in here just for you, Kyla.
God damn it, Nicole.
I didn't write that, but I'm adding it in. Wrapped in saran wrap. Maybe I put this in for Lauren, though. Wrapped in saran wrap and placed in a fiberglass container before it was buried in John's backyard. When I read that, I'm like, a fiberglass container. So it wasn't just a storage tote.
That's a really bad idea for many reasons.
Does fiberglass break down?
No.
Oh, it just percolates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's just rotting in there.
yeah, I mean,
So I
it'll
imagine it
eventually
was
break down.
soup when they
Yeah.
opened it.
Because saran wrap is not organic, so it
Mhm.
doesn't break down. And you put fiberglass on top of that. People bury fiberglass lines. We make
Yeah.
wires out of fiberglass
Yeah.
and shit.
Because if we ever need to get rid of a body, I know a household that has 12 containers of saran wrap. So-
Not mine for the listeners out there.
Yep. Witness reported that they had observed Christian burning a carpet in the guest house chimney and that he had asked to borrow someone's chainsaw.
Jesus Christ.
Objects found with John's remains included clothing from the University of Southern California and the University of Wisconsin, both universities that Christian attended.
This guy.
Because I'm also if I'm oh, there's blood everywhere, I need to wipe it up. I'm not let me go grab my college sweatshirt.
No, a thing that could clearly that's so dumb. That's like picking an embroidered sweater or something that has your name on it.
Hold on, I spilled something. I'm gonna go get that embroidered thing on
Yeah.
the top shelf to sop it up. John's stepsister who helped bring charges for her brother's murder, stated a belief that Christian murdered John after John confronted Christian with concerns for his mother's safety.
Well, yeah, this was gonna be like a Bernie Tide situation,
Mm-hmm.
although he's way more nefarious.
And like, not as Bernie Tide donated to charity.
Oh yeah, this guy's This is gonna be a single old lady with a lot of money.
I'm on Bernie. I'm on Team
Oh,
Bernie.
I'm Team Bernie too.
I'm not Team this guy. Also, every picture he has, why was anyone sexually attracted to him?
The one where it says Clark Rockefeller, he looks like a fucking goober.
Uh-huh. Also, he was like at least mid-level autism spectrum when it came to like talking. I'm like, if he had an ascot on, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yes. First of all, I'm never talking to anyone wearing a fucking ascot.
We need to convince David that wearing ascots are
Because
cool.
all I'm gonna do is be like, your ascot is stupid. Get away from me.
We need to get David to wear an ascot for like Halloween or something, or just like wear it somewhere. I'll have to look up how do you tie an ascot because I don't know. Christian's defense was that the wife, Linda, murdered John as her remains were never found, citing the postcards that were allegedly sent from Europe.
I'm just rolling my eyes so hard right now.
She's going to spray them.
Yeah.
The prosecution countered this with claims that there was evidence that Christian had sent the postcards to a love interest, claiming, sorry, I worded this wrong. The prosecution countered this claim because there was evidence that Christian himself had sent postcards to a love interest, claiming that he was in Europe, but he was actually living in California at the time. How long do you think the jury debated before bringing back an answer?
4 hours.
5 hours.
Okay.
And they declared him guilty of John's murder.
Mm-hmm.
After he was convicted, Christian fired his lawyers and defended himself during the sentencing phase.
Of course he did. Of course.
Like, this is the story that keeps on
Oh
giving.
my God.
He was initially sentenced to 27 years to life, and this was reduced on appeal to 26 years to life.
Ooh, counted as a win. You get one less year.
Yep. He has exhausted all of his appeals as of January 2016.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He currently resides in San Quentin State Prison, which I'm guessing is not a great prison.
I think it's very popular. I think it's one of the larger prisons in California where the more nefarious people go.
But with good behavior, when do you think he's eligible for parole?
What year was he convicted? I was just going to say 15 years after he was convicted. Are we past that already?
No.
Okay.
So it was like 2009, 2010.
Someone's calling me.
It's a 337 number. It's a Calumet number.
That's weird. I'm just gonna. They can leave a message. I don't know anyone in Calumet who would be calling me.
Yeah.
Unless it's the hospital. I'm like, I'm not a medical examiner anymore. Don't call me.
But also, when we're not on live, you need to call back because I want to know what's happening.
Oh, they can leave a message. Yeah.
So when do you think he's eligible for parole? So we're thinking 2010 was when he was convicted.
Okay. It's 2028.
December 2029.
Okay.
He'll be 68 years old. And throughout the story, it seems that the only thing that was not a con for Christian was his love for his daughter.
Yeah.
Who he can not now have a relationship with. Sandra moved to London with her daughter after his conviction and changed her name, so she does not have his name anymore, to Rose Alexander as of 2019.
And like technically she never had his name because
it wasn't his name. Yeah, like she's not a Rockefeller. But like, and I don't want to disparage Sandra, but I'm like, girl.
Yeah. 11 years is way too long.
There's also zero chance you are getting another job in finance or anything that requires judgment after all of this happened.
Yeah.
But I also think this means that Sandra's sister won.
I think so too. We should probably start being pen pals with Christian Gerhard Strider since we know where he is.
We could.
And be like, do you want to be on our pod? But also don't listen to this episode where we just ragged on you the entire time.
He has a narcissistic personality disorder, so he would love nothing more. And I am very good with cluster B personalities. I could play him like a violin.
Yeah, before we started recording, Nicole started saying this and that, and I was like, oh yeah, and it's this. She's like, you're not supposed to know anything about this story. And I was like, bitch, I'm the one who told you about this story. And I remembered like the high points. Like I remember
But you didn't know all the gritty details.
No. Like I remember he was from Germany and he kidnapped his daughter, and then I remembered there was a murder, but that was pretty much it. And that he was a Rockefeller.
We should write a letter to be like, hey, we did a podcast about you. We're just interested.
We want to hear your side.
We want to know.
But then that fucker will get paroled and he'll come find us. I mean, I guess it's too late now. The letter or not.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he could try to find us. But I'll be like, Buzzed and Baffled isn't like dedicated to a specific address because I put a weird fake address.
Okay.
It's like 555, name of our street.
Oh, okay.
Hang on. And if it's not, I'm going to look tomorrow and change it.
Sounds good.
But also, I'll be like, oh, Kyla's the one you want to talk to if he shows up. She's just down the street.
Kyla's the one with the therapy degree.
No, you mixed me up. I'm the...
He gets here and he's like, but you can speak even though I just fucked up that sentence. Tell me what a catamaran is.
It's a boat with 2 bows on it.
Not bows, but okay.
I was so close.
I knew what you meant. I always know what you mean.
But that was a good story.
Yeah, that motherfucker. Goddamn David Berkowitz's social security number.
I enjoy his, like, willingness to, like, just power through something.
Yeah.
No shame.
Yeah.
No shame is something I can identify with.
Maybe you should write him a letter. Then you're going to be ended up marrying him.
I'm like, good news, Kyla. I'm engaged. I have the key to Rockefeller Center.
That's it. End the podcast.
While we're in San Francisco.
We got to make a stop quick.
Can you imagine the look on Lisa's face? Okay, it's worth it just for that. To the next pour and the next plot twist.